Listen Vision, DC's #1 recording studio. Listen Vision, DC's #1 recording studio.
All right, folks, welcome to the Swerv Show.
Hi, everybody.
It is, turn your audio down. It is Wednesday, December 12th. We're having a few technical difficulties, to say the least.
Quite a few.
Quite a few. All right, okay. At Listen Vision Live. Turn this thing on. So we got a full show. Let's keep it moving. My name is Jamil Fletcher. I'm the publisher of Swerv Magazine. And I want to welcome our cast. We've got Racine Pendarvis here to the
Salutations.
left. Salutations, okay. Tony Nelson.
Hello.
Hello. All duded up as usual. And then we've got Darnell Moore, our editor at large.
What's up, folks?
All right, all right. And our guest for the evening is the one and only Darrell
Johnson.
I know. I'm going to say Scorpio.
A lot of people don't know my last name.
Scorpius, right?
Basic name.
We appreciate it.
He is an artist.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Sylvia.
And that radio voice. He's an artist, entrepreneur,
Monet and Joe.
and just
Please
a man
like
about
and share.
town and community person. So, okay, we're going to get started. Thank you all for joining us. Of course, we're still riding on our November-December issue featuring Terrell Carter, the one and only, the beautiful voice that he is. Racine has a column in this one as well.
Yes, I do.
As well as Marvell Terry, who was really talking about fighting through, fighting through exhaustion on World AIDS Day. It's really a message for those that are involved in the fight against HIV and AIDS to keep moving and to really take care of yourself first, because you can't take care of other people, you not take care of yourself. So anyway, this is still hot on this newsstand, so make sure you get your copy. Of course, we have advertising opportunities both within the magazine and also on the show. We still don't have a featured flagship sponsor for this show.
We don't?
It's
It
coming.
is
We're looking.
Claim it.
It is coming. It is coming. That's right.
Yeah, yes. A water
Sooner
company.
than later.
We might even take
condom
food.
company.
A condom company?
Yes.
They so cheap though.
That's
Liquor
all right.
company.
Don't pay us in trade. I can get condoms for
No,
free.
They might. Who knows? We're open to all. But everyone, I'd like to encourage you on Facebook land. Please like and share.
Like and share. Okay. All right. So let's
the way to do it.
All right. And then also, so I'll just start with what's going on with me. I had a busy weekend. That Friday was tough.
I know.
So I got a couple of images. First, before we do anything, I want to say happy birthday to a very, very special person, Leonard Shelton. Leo, my ex, I guess I should call him my ex, but he's always in my heart.
Oh.
12/12 is his birthday.
Oh.
He's getting up there. He gonna kill me for putting his picture up here.
Oh.
And trying to get business.
Are you trying to get some
No,
reminiscence?
we already been through that.
Sex? Is that what you going for?
No.
What are you getting?
That's so precious.
And actually, Leo is a phenomenal writer. He's written some poetry for us. He wrote a really nice piece in
Chester,
recognition
hi, Turner.
of
Hi,
the
Ian.
Pulse. The Pulse piece. And I read it at the poetry thing we did. It's called
okay.
Orange Blossom. Yeah, the Pulse Murders. Anyway, so happy birthday, Leo.
Oh.
All right.
Well, happy birthday, Leo.
So then,
A few more days, he would have been a Capricorn.
He would have been.
exactly, he's definitely Sag. Okay.
That's a Sag.
Sag and
We won't hold
Capricorn.
it against
We
you.
won't at all.
Wait a minute
boom.
now. I'm gonna hold down for the
You know,
Sagittarius.
my
Are you
mama's a
Sag?
Sag.
Huh?
My mama's a Sag.
I'm a Sag.
Are you a Sag?
Yes, I'm a Sag.
Yeah, happy belated birthday.
Happy. That's
Tony.
right. That's
Yes.
right, Tony. I'm
Happy
sorry.
belated birthday.
Happy belated birthday.
Well, actually, you're actually not late. My
Oh, good.
my actual
birthday is this
actual
weekend.
birthday is today.
Oh, it
It
is.
is.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
You're 12, 12 too.
Happy
My-
birthday, whore.
My legal birthday is December 9th.
I'm confused.
my birth records were screwed up at when I got
The South.
My mother, no, it was in D.C. I was
okay.
born in D.C. Don't take it that from me now. My mom went to the hospital early, and she had to stay because of a snowstorm, and they recorded my birthday as December 9th.
Oh.
But she will not acknowledge December 9th as my birthday.
Really?
No.
She
She said, your death birthday is
Well,
December
happy
12th.
well, happy birthday then.
Well, thank
We
you.
got- we
Hi,
got to make
Eric
up for it next
Shields,
week. We need a
Paul,
cake.
CC,
We need a cake. Yes, we need
JJ,
some candles and
Robert.
some confetti.
We do. We need birthday
Bang.
celebration next week. Okay, we're going to make that up to
Can we
you.
give you a sound? Happy birthday.
We're going to make that up to you.
Can we give you sounds?
Go.
We'll give you a golden pineapple.
Exactly. Is that a pineapple?
It's a golden pineapple.
Golden pineapple.
We went all out.
We went
all out.
It's gonna be one of those shows today.
It is. Next time, Tony. We got you next week. We
I
got you.
just
Thank you.
Oh, you know what? I just found out. Hi, Eric Shields from Millennium Salon.
I see. Hey, love. Yes, he's got
We're
that
gonna
on.
have you, Millennium Salon. You and Dexter. We're gonna work out something for February.
Yes, we'll figure it out.
2019 about men's grooming, and we're gonna bring you and the owner of Millennium Salon to come on and talk about
Ooh,
men's.
sound like Racine got paid again and we didn't it?
I'm about networking. I call it networking.
Okay,
better
I got two
network.
other things, y'all, real quick. So I attended the International LGBT Leadership Forum or whatever, and I ran into Karamo Brown and his
Oh,
partner.
I saw
Ian.
that picture.
And I tell you, Ian Carter that's his name, Ian Carter. He was so sweet.
That's
Can I
his
tell
partner.
you, Karamo is painted for blood.
I thought
Yes.
it might have been painted.
But-
Oh, no.
That
He's
looked-
painted.
It could have been
He's
natural.
Oh, he's dusted.
Oh,
I see
he's
them-
dusted.
I see them highlights and them lowlights.
Hey,
He got on tops and bottoms.
Because somebody, it's funny because somebody else said that too, and I said, no, Karamo's skin is.
Oh, no.
gorgeous.
No, he is dusted.
But there's no shade. Can we see that image again?
Was
Come
he
back.
painted? Was he painted?
Can we see?
Get into that highlight.
But wait a minute. There's no shade. Jamil, you look like you got little tops and
Oh, no,
bottoms
no, no.
on too.
Look.
You are
That's a
painted,
smudge.
filtered. That's
That thing
filtered.
is. Oh, that's called the filtered
That's
life.
filtered.
Oh, that's the filter.
That's the filter.
Don't hate. That is just
They
how.
took 10 years off it.
No. That,
Dead.
Jacob, speaking of filter, can you
That-
open up our camera a little bit? I feel like I'm on the end.
yeah, he is on the end.
Oh.
That is just how the
There
mahogany
we go.
photographs. Don't even
The
feel it.
mahogany
The mahogany
photographs.
photographs. Yes.
Mahogany filter.
Bless the Lord. Amen.
Okay, y'all. So we keep
have
it
one of those
moving
too.
because we're gonna run out of time. We can keep it moving. So yeah, I was there with them, and then also us helping us hosted something that night. that
beautiful
weekend
Darnell
with
Moore.
Darnell Moore, and I
Yes.
tell you,
So handsome.
he's the writer of
Thank you.
Ashes.
Fine.
What's the book? My goodness. I can't remember the name of the book. Ashes in the something. It is phenomenal.
Fire in
book.
the ash.
Fire.
Fire.
And I've been reading it. I just started reading it, and he's a great writer. So you got to get
He's
that book.
remarkable. It's
Yeah, he is.
wonderful
He is.
I do
Shout
that
out to
on
you,
my
Darnell.
Read
And
a Book
pretty to look
Wednesday.
at.
I post that
Thank
on
you.
my Read a Book
All
Wednesday.
right, Yarday, what's going on with you?
I turned in my final paper
Uh-oh.
today
Congratulations.
for the semester.
Go ahead,
better
Yarday.
turn
Oh my
that
God,
in.
I got 3 weeks.
You better
Yes,
turn
I don't
that
know
in.
what to do with myself.
That's right. I keep forgetting you're a college student.
Yes,
Collegiate.
Yes, honey.
Tony, what's going on with you?
Oh, what's going on with me? I just got booked for a huge tour in Charlotte, North Carolina,
That's
through
wonderful.
the South, and that's going to start in March.
You need a
Gonna be
guard.
gone for
Be
3.
here? Will we have you? Or
I'll
will
be
you
back
just-
at just weekends.
Okay.
Can
Weekends.
you add us to your rider?
You come on.
You need
Come-
t-shirts?
I need t-shirts.
We all need t-shirts.
I always need
I-
t-shirts.
I'm rocking
Tony
one of
needs
Dark
WTF t-shirts to sell.
WT, yes, I do.
Boys will be boys.
But also, of course, on the fourth Sundays, we always have the lipstick review, which I host with Strawn J. Kelly at Mr. Henry's. And now it's been announced, I guess I can announce it here, that the show, the Darrell Wilson's First Fridays, has been extended to first and third Fridays. So now I'm featured
Oh.
2 nights
What?
Come on.
Go ahead,
At
Tony.
Zickfield.
Won't he
Zickfield.
do it?
And they said it would never
They
happen.
said it would never happen.
Well, drinks
first
are on
and
you.
third Sundays, and
Hi, Miss
as you
Kitty.
said, for those who have come by, it's a hoot, right? Am I
Oh,
right?
it is. It's a good show, and
Yeah.
it's more people come every time I
More people come. It's really a nice
Yeah.
show.
And
so.
January the 4th, I'll be celebrating my birthday
at First Friday.
at First Friday.
Wonderful. And
Sophia.
mine is January the 11th, same day as
Mine is
Queen
January
of Hip Hop
5th.
Soul.
Yes,
Mary J.
we have a run. I'm the
J.
4th, Jamil's the 5th. Racine's
that's
the
why
what, the
this
11th?
energy-
The 11th. Learn it.
Too many
and learn it
Capricorns in
well.
one room.
And Ernest, who was the original member of Jerry,
Who writes our wedding, our marriage
he is on
announcement
the.
section?
He's the what? The 8th?
Is that why I'm always?
I can't remember.
I think he's the 8th
He's
or the
I
10th.
think he's the 8th.
He's the 8th or the 10th. But
He's the same week.
But
We're
he's
all in one
also
week.
he's in charge of
Our
of,
marriage announcements.
Marriage
Yeah,
announcements.
we got to
in
get it
Swerv
moving because
Magazine.
we're never going to get this.
Okay,
thing
let's
done.
move.
All
Keep
right.
it moving.
Okay.
Next.
All right.
Michael
I
Cohen
stand
gets locked up.
corrected.
Well,
His book is
Racine-
called Ashes in the Fire.
Ashes
No,
in the fire.
no
right.
ashes.
No
in the fire.
ashes in
No
the fire.
ashes in
Thank
the fire.
you,
That's
Eric.
right. It's
Thank
a
you,
great
Eric
book.
Shields.
It is. It's a great book.
Oh yes, we got a lot. Where's my
Racine,
image?
you got a flyer.
Yes,
we got a
throw it
flyer
up.
for Racine. There you go.
Yes, our online show will be a special online show January the 2nd. It will be filmed at HRC, but you can follow me at my Facebook Live. And that if you follow me at RAYCEEN, we will have several special guests, including Larry Miller from USA Channel 9. He was also the winner of Best of Gay DC poll, Best TV Personality, and I will also receive the Best Clergy, High Priestess of Love.
How in the hell? Excuse me.
Because look, see, the devil is always hating. I am a clergy.
You gonna
I
accept the
I am
award?
certified and licensed.
What church? What church? Quick.
The
What
Church
church?
of God in Christ. No, I'm the High Priestess of Love. I embrace all religion.
Just remember, don't curse at the acceptance speech again this year.
I didn't curse.
Yes,
I
you
never
did.
cursed. You're
Yes, you
a liar.
did.
I didn't receive it this year. I sent my people. I was somewhere else. My people came and accepted on my behalf.
Okay, y'all. We got to get
So
it moving.
also, hold on, I'm not finished. I also will be joined that same day by the reigning Miss United States, Miss Andromeda Peters. So follow us, and it's a wonderful show. It's our online show. It's just an hour, so it'll be from 6 to 7 on January the 6th.
And that's going to be on your
right.
on your Facebook page, right?
Yes, it will.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna run through news real quick. So I got Michael Cohen got sentenced to 3 years, y'all.
Good.
Good.
I think the walls are closing in on the White House. What you think?
Good.
Well, let's see.
The only time will tell.
It's coming. All right.
And as the commentators have been saying, we nobody can really predict anything. We're just kind of just waiting to see what's going to happen. So it's really no need in making predictions. We can just talk about all the crazy.
There's two people that are going to jail around the president.
But that's great.
I mean, so it's just a matter of time.
Well, his confession today, when he said that Trump called me weak, and I am very weak because I was too weak to say no to follow him down those illegal rabbit holes. So that's a powerful statement.
The
But
money
they
was
spoke
too
about
much.
him. They spoke and they said that
Well,
he was
honey,
that
if
he
served
was
them
he
3
was
years, that's all I got to
when
say.
he started working for Trump, he was kind of like he was like a nobody, and Trump came in and saw that he was hungry and was just like, I can make you,
And he used him.
and used him.
And
Did not bring him into the White House. He brought everybody else.
and moved
And
him.
threw him out with the dishwater.
Pretty much. All right, come on. We're going to keep it moving. All right. So the
Albert.
other issue,
Hey, Albert.
the Black AIDS Institute announced their new CEO, and it's Ronila Copeland. And we'll delve more into her background. She was a staff member there for years, and they had a national search. So we want to congratulate her, and we look forward to working with
And
her.
before you move on, I just want to say that this week's Swerv Crown goes to. Go ahead and announce.
I don't know who.
Who's next on the lineup?
Oh, Raquel Willis.
Yes, the crown
She's
goes
announced
to-
as the executive
Yes.
editor for Out magazine.
Wow.
Yes.
Transgender. She's transgender.
I want to give a little background on her, please, really quickly.
Really quickly.
So Raquel she's the youngest of three. She was born and raised in Augusta, Georgia. She graduated with a BA in magazine journalism with a minor in women's studies from the University of Georgia in 2013. In 2017, she was a speaker at the National Women's March in D.C., and that same year, she was named one of Essence Woke 100 Women, which honors women who are blazing trails for equality, rights, and inclusion for Black people, and that she was also named the Root She was also listed on the Route 100,
Route 100,
list for the most influential African Americans between the ages of 25 and 45. She has come to shake up Out magazine. I'm so here for it.
So this is very interesting though, because Out has been sold to another company,
right?
Okay, to Pride Media, right? So
which is I heard straight owned, if I'm not mistaken.
No, that's something different, right?
Okay.
So they used to put out a publication called Enterprise,
okay,
right? So it's going to be curious to see what they do with the Advocate and Out. So my question though is because you can really tell who the magazine is for if you look at its advertising base, right?
Okay.
So I've known a lot of people at Out and all that stuff. We had a lot of conversations. So when you and we've had some instances where black individuals have been editors of these white, gay, mainstream publications, and it never works out.
Okay.
Because they battle internally with trying to make the publication diverse, and what happens is they make it too black, too brown for its white consumer advertising dollar, and they get pushed out. So I'm just curious to see how this is going to play out for her.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you
in the article, breaking ground.
In the article, they talked about that she was brought on to help sit at the table. So she will be second in command at sitting down to look at the overall concepts that hit the cover of the magazine, a lot of the issues that are in the magazine. And in particular, because her specialty is trans issues, focusing directly to black trans issues, and she's a trans advocate, that they are looking for her to bring her voice to the table. That was the idea of bringing her
but let
to
me
the
ask you
table.
this. So, and this is my conversation I've had with Out.
Okay.
They claim they represent all of us.
Uh-huh.
But they have no proximity or penetration in our community.
But
so how many of you here have read Out in the last 6 months?
I can't say that I have.
I just read it.
I mean, you get a physical copy?
I just read it.
I have a physical copy sitting on my table.
And
that's very rare.
But the shade is.
But that and what I'm saying is that's very rare. And
Hi,
so,
Paul. Hi, Zakia. Hi,
and
Tony.
so because there are no
Hi,
bookstores and you got to buy it,
Hi,
so you don't have gay bookstores.
Well, this is
But
true.
they've gotten blacker and browner.
Oh, they have
Hi,
black.
Brenda.
They got blacker because literally the
lovely Brenda
last.
Milan.
I was looking
And we gonna
at.
canvas
I was
this in
looking
2
at the
minutes.
last. I think last couple of issues because I had some free time. So today I
Well,
was
Billy
going through
Porter
magazines.
was one of the.
Billy
they did
Porter.
the Out 100.
You had Samaya Wali, her.
Samira O'Reilly, yeah.
She was on the cover, and then you also had this new guy, the guy we was having a conversation about.
See,
who's
I don't
supposedly
remember his
the new.
name.
I don't remember his
Witherspoon,
name.
he's a YouTube guy.
Yes, him.
That nobody
knows
about.
Yeah, but how long has
Why
the
applaud
magazine been
them?
out for you
Oh,
to be
you
able
know
to
what? They're
count?
breaking ground.
Out's
Listen,
been out
people.
for.
Well, we
saying.
used to say the same thing about Metro Weekly every year.
Metro
no
Weekly
shade.
is a local. Out
I
is
get
a
it. I
national,
get it.
international.
But my point is that because he said, how long did it take? No shade. Every year, at the end of the year, around this time, we wait for the end of the year wrap up to see how many black faces are going to make
Well,
the
well,
magazine.
I will give Metro Weekly, from a local standpoint, Metro Weekly has done a pretty good job
They've
of trying
gotten
to
better.
be diverse.
job.
But it's
Kudos,
hard for you
Metro
to do
Weekly.
it when it's not coming from our viewpoint and you're not a part of the fabric of us. It's one thing to cover us, but it's another thing to live in our space.
Right, which is why I think that it's amazing that they've brought her in. Not only is she black, but she's black transgender, and it's not that she's a black transgender person who is in this ambiguous space. No, she grew up.
Right.
She grew up in Augusta, Georgia.
I
That's black
like I
in
say,
the South.
I'm curious to see what. I wish her luck. But whenever, even in our organizations, whenever there is a black person with some level of leadership, it becomes
there's a pushback.
challenge because the
There's a
core
pushback.
audience, at the end of the day, are white gay men.
I get
Not
it.
even white women or transgender.
And they know that, though.
And sometimes I
They
think
know that.
sometimes I think the white gay man is farther behind than white straight people. I just sometimes I just
Well,
don't.
sure, there's privilege.
I just don't get how like a magazine that's targeting
Don't be
the
shy.
gay culture, mostly the white gay culture, is not diverse at this point.
Right,
I just don't get it.
right.
I find
And they've gotten better. I will say that they've gotten better.
Well, you
Not
know
Part
what?
of
much.
the issue is that it is not for us, and we don't read it.
right.
But everything begins. That's why we have Swerve and Tag.
Exactly.
And we have Unleashed, and why we have Q Virginia, and so many other magazines that do appeal to
Right.
people of color that have more border base.
And DB.
And Out, I have to, as long as it's been around, It's everything begins with baby steps.
It does.
And I applaud them
That it
for
does.
they was the first time I've ever seen an all trans cover when they did the cast of Pose. I've never seen that.
Yeah, they've done some trans covers before. So anyway,
Well,
shout out to Out and
Shout out to Out.
Yeah.
But
and
you
we'll
know,
see what happens. Actually, I want to talk to Raquel
I'm sorry.
and
I
see
have
what's
seen
going
it.
on.
Please.
And,
Well-
and since we're talking about first, we're gonna come to another first later. But like Racine said, I think everything starts with baby steps, and so we have her.
Gotcha.
Let's
So we'll see
pray
what happens. We'll see what
that
happens.
But you know, they're
gonna make this shift.
really quickly, we would be remiss if we didn't give a shout out to Zakia Jamuncier. She's
Yeah.
online watching right now, and
Yes.
she's going to be our guest next
Hey,
week.
We'll be
Zakia,
here
we're looking
next
forward to
week.
meeting
We're
you.
looking
Can't wait to see you.
forward
my
to
beloved.
having her. It's next week. Am I correct?
Next
Yes,
week.
yes, it is.
Next week.
All right, so let me run through some stuff with what's hot real quickly. Let's start with Black Nativity. That's coming up in Baltimore, and that's starring
Pamela Ward.
Pamela Ward. Got to get down
Come on,
there.
Pam.
That's going to be a powerhouse show from that Art Centric is doing, and they got tickets available. The Slave Play out of New York. I understand that's been extended.
Yes, it just got extended. I will
Right.
be purchasing
And that's in
tickets
New
for
York.
this.
Have you seen it?
No, not yet.
Now, what's
Oh.
the name of this play again?
It's called The Slave Play.
The Slave Play. And it deals with, it has some same gender loving
Nuances.
storylines to it.
And the gentleman who did it, I just read an article on him. He's absolutely brilliant.
Was it Jeremiah or
I
Harris
can't
or something like
his name
that?
right now, but he
So anyway,
is-
check that out.
Goes to Harvard, I think.
Then the other thing we got, Messiah is coming up. Our very own Tona Brown
And
this
it's free.
Saturday here in Arlington,
I
Virginia.
wish
Yes,
I could
Tona.
go. That's
Check
going
it
to
out,
be
y'all.
a great
It's
event.
gonna be amazing.
So this is the first that I wanted to talk about.
All right, well, okay, but before we get to that, I wanted to show this real quick because I promised them. Step Africa.
Okay.
They're having their Christmas, their holiday show is running here in the district from up and through December 30th. Let's run that quick trailer. It's only like
Flurries, get the flurries, and then a blizzard. It's a blizzard. Just scoop up the snow, then roll a snowball. Scoop it on up and make the snowball, then throw it. But duck and hide, throw it. Don't run inside, it's cold. Oh, so frosty. Just turn it on out. Then Pinky's here, you know what's going down. The Frosty Shuffle's all over the town. It's SA and we having a ball. We have a new dance and it's fun for all. It goes flurries, get the flurries, and then a blizzard. It's a blizzard. Just scoop up the snow, then roll a snowball. Scoop it on up and make the snowball, then throw it. But duck and hide, throw it. Don't run inside, it's cold. Oh, so frosty. Just turn it on out.
all right, y'all, and that's at the Atlas Theater here in D.C., so it's going to be a great show running
Yes.
up through December 30th, all right?
Yes,
So you have,
I am super excited about this.
and I got a challenge for you on that, but let's talk about it.
Yeah, again, as Racine said, everything starts with baby steps. This young man by the name of Alton Mason, he is 21 years old, and he is the first black male model to walk in the 109-year history of Chanel. He is the first black. He's the first black model to walk in the Chanel show. And I'm super
But you know
excited.
they've had celebrities like Pharrell walk, but he's the first male
Right, he's
model.
the first male model.
Right.
Pharrell Williams is actually doing a capsule for them, which I also think is amazing. But this young man, his backstory is interesting. He's 21 years old. He was discovered on IG, on Instagram.
Oh, hey, the models. That's how the models get discovered these days on
But
Instagram.
he was a young
Tumblr.
boy. He was discovered, wound up walking in Kanye West's Yeezy Season 3 fashion show. From that, he wound up getting picked up by Gucci.
Okay.
He walked for Gucci, and then he was featured in the first all-black layout that Gucci did in 2017.
He looks so skinny.
And now, not only was he a first for Gucci, but now he's a first for Chanel. And he's only 21 and was discovered on Instagram.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's
Congratulations.
amazing. From
That's
LA.
But this is my
Congratulations
question,
Amazing story.
Chanel. Why 109 shows it take for you to put a black male person? I mean, do you not want us to buy your clothes? And now that you put someone there, are we supposed to do backflips?
We're supposed to applaud the effort.
I mean, if I can,
things
if I
starts.
can answer that, and I might be off base, but Chanel is not a
Thank you.
powerhouse male
house.
Fashion house. They do very little male fashions. As a matter of fact, they used to only do like neckties and things.
Right.
So,
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I think that might have a lot to do with Chanel is mostly women.
Right.
And when Karl
and
Lagerfeld,
fabulous.
matter of fact, it was exclusively women. I think when Karl Lagerfeld, if I remember my fashion history correctly, when he took over, he introduced a very small male fashion line.
Gotcha,
And I think they are expanding
Expanding
it
out.
at this point, but it's never ever been a house where you look for male fashion.
Gotcha.
They did have ties though.
Which was the reason why I believe they brought in a Pharrell to bring attention
Right.
to.
And a lot of the pieces that Pharrell was wearing were women's
Well,
pieces.
very cross.
A lot of the pieces he still wears look like women's pieces.
They are pieces.
They are.
The jewelry, and
because they're
There you go.
unisex.
he's cross-referencing the jewelry and the
right.
pearls. He introduced men. I just never understood why can't men wear pearls. I never got that.
They
But he-
can.
They can
You
wear
do.
pearls.
I mean, they are now, but when I wear pearls, people look at me like I'm crazy.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
I don't know
Yeah,
why.
yeah,
Men
yeah.
used to
because-
wear pearl earrings,
pearls and-
pearls on their neckties all the time.
Well,
back
maybe
in the early
I want a
days.
pair of
single.
pearl
I
earrings.
mean, a
We
strand.
love you.
I should say a
TJ
strand of
Winston.
pearls.
Oh.
He wears the strands, and they all ship. So most of the things that he wears are mostly like women Chanel accessories.
A lot of his stuff, it does. Okay, all right. Well,
To
congratulations.
everyone, I like to say in Facebook Live, we're experiencing some technical difficulties.
Yes, we
so
are.
That's why you have to go to my page to watch it so we can film it and shoot it out through my page. But
But you-
please
And
like
we
and
will
share.
push it out
And we
again.
will push
You
it out
will.
again.
You will see the full version on the YouTube channel once it's been posted,
That's
so
right.
you'll be able to watch.
And this should be fixed
as you would normally do.
And this should be corrected next week.
Well,
Yeah.
the show, yes, right. Knock
Right,
on wood,
Jacob?
right, Jacob.
We'll
We'll
have
be
it
corrected next
corrected.
week.
We
Okay, all right. Let's
apologize
keep it
for the
moving, y'all. We
inconvenience.
got 20 minutes. All right. So I want to show this musical spotlight. Do you want to quickly introduce this
I
artist?
do. I had a wonderful privilege of meeting this young man via Twitter. He reached out to me and my team, Czar, and we connected him to Jamil and the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have the esteemed pleasure to present this wonderful artist. He's LGBT. He's part of our community, Robbie.
And he's doing 701.
Y'all already know who the illest thus far. Thinking you the shit when you can't spit a bar. You are what you are, and that's far from a star. Cause ain't nothing you drop par, being up to par. Oh, you hot homo? No, you not homo. God forbid you on the block solo. I ain't kunanin', but I pop homo. Store that. Comparisons to pop homos. Tear through your block in the prep blue drop homo. Easy once you holler at a boss fag. Type that got that Baghdad in the man bag. Got the undercut flooding out the zigzag. This was child's play, Mike Jack. Who bad? I'm one bad mother, Amber Rose. I'm popping rose from a bird's eye view on Melrose. Draped up, dripping from my neck to my toes. All I get is love, player X and O's. Drop dead, gorgeous Vogue, strike a pose. But please, no photos, lest it come with bankrolls. You thinking you fly? I take that look in there, it's all fair. Wordsmith, Fresh Prince of Don't Care. Let's be real, Papa, let's be honest. Whether the Adonis showing this much promise. They playing me while you playing yourself. Bout to bust me a nut way I'm feeling myself. I mean, I'm rich in these skills, you ain't seeing this wealth. It gets better, but you done killed yourself. Live out the city of angels. Running that mouth, fuck around, twist your ankle, Papa. Set fire to a track, set fire to a track, baby. Awesomeness. Another classic hit drip off my lip. And if Rob ain't on the track, then the track gets skipped. Bon voyage, I'm on an ego trip. And my penmanship lit on an acid trip. Hot shit, I'm as free as a mason. It's the blunt blazing, blunt brazen. Trailblazing while you dream chasing. Y'all ain't doing Nathan, I just been doing Nathan, Mason, and Jason. Holla Nick Jonas, what's good with some bacon? Trying to get down in a threesome with Jaden. You are what you eat, then you know Robbie caking. About to be as rich as a bitch, call me Caitlyn. And still take the medal for the man I am. They wanna fag out the game like I'm Michael Sam. I'm leaving dudes black and blue like I'm Will.I.Am. Gloves off, going rogue like an X-Man. Y'all more bitch than my X-Man. Push a boss, flex fan, passing out paper like an exam. Goddamn, hot throb Rob, Latin bombshell. And if God hates fags, then fuck it, let's raise hell. Fire in the flesh, tats peeking through my mesh. Only fuck with the best, unimpressed by the rest. About to ruffle every bird brain in the nest. Cause my bars hold weight like a bench press.
Well, I ain't saying nothing bad.
All right. Thank you, Rob B.
All right.
Rob B. And we'll have to learn more about him.
Is
Yeah.
he local?
No, I think he's in California or New York. When I
He's
read the
cute.
bio.
Yeah, he's an incredible, wonderful young man.
He
and
looks
I
very
wish him
New Yorker.
all the luck, and I wish him, because his post and his message to me was, unfortunately, he is a very out artist, and he is not getting enough recognition through his own community. And when we corresponded, I didn't know it was going to happen this fast, but see how when you reach out, things can happen.
Yeah, and we'll do
We
some
as
more
your
stuff.
community, we want to do more with you, and we want to continue to support you.
And we are always looking for artists. So if you're an artist and you've got a great
you could
video,
always come into DC and we could throw a concert. And get
There you
people
go.
To, come check
Stop
them
by
out.
and see you.
we like
Yeah.
gay
Make it
music
happen.
here. So y'all, we got Darrell Johnson from Scorpios Productions. Am I saying that right?
No,
Say it, Racine.
you say it.
Hey, everybody. All right, it's Dar Scorpius.
Dar Scorpius.
Darrell, Scorpio, Sagittarius. Put it all together.
Okay, got it. So tell us about your designs, your artistry. How'd you get into this business?
I'm wearing one of his
I'm wearing the Whitney.
Boys will do
I wore my
boys.
Whitney.
I thought it
Well,
said boys.
We're
will
wearing
do.
some of his apparel.
I gotta say thank you guys, because it seems like I see my shirts on the shows at least once every show or something.
Yeah, we rock
Thank you
'em,
very
honey.
much. Thank you very much.
Those are all the clothes we got.
No, but actually, I got into this business with my brother, Aaron. I wouldn't really even be here if it was sitting in this chair if it was for my brother Aaron calling me to come to DC and work with him.
From where? Where were you
Well,
from?
I was all over the place for a minute. I was in New York. I'm from New York, and I dropped that. Well, I was here in Howard in 81, 82.
HU.
And
All these
that
phenomenal
No.
Right. When
All
I went
these
back home
phenomenal
that
people
summer, I
from
actually
Howard.
started going
How's
out to
that
the
happen?
clubs.
How'd that happen?
Yeah, we missed each other. Yeah.
Because at one point, all the gays went to Howard.
They all went to Howard.
Yeah.
Is that what it
all
was?
the
They
black
all-
gays. The black
Jacob, while
bougie
he's talking,
gays.
can you show some of his? We got some images we want to show. And keep talking. This is some items.
Does that get you
from the
some?
line.
Yes, it is.
I
I
saw
stole that
that.
from you, Yarday. But I had to leave it alone once I realized you were like rolling with it.
That's all right. Racine steals it from you from him all the time.
But I give it credit. I always give it
And
credit.
that's not how he spells.
They all stole from us.
I love
Be
that.
all-
I love that piece.
This is
right
one of
there.
my favorites.
That
So
is
keep
my
telling us
favorite.
more. So
All right,
you
well,
print. You have a printing press. I
Well,
mean, right?
let's just say basically, I'm just a part of the hub.
Okay.
You have Unities, and I know if y'all
Right,
heard Unities.
Unities,
Unities
yes.
is the family business.
Okay.
That consists of my brother, my cousin Grady, my niece and nephew, and myself. And what we basically do is provide custom work, screen printing, embroidery. So when it comes to like the Swerv magazine shirts we did for you, and certain other projects, we just did something for Shaquita Lee,
Okay.
for the Chateau. And so when we do things for other people, that's custom work, and we all get together as Unities.
Right.
But then my brother has a design line of his own, and my nephew has a design line of his own now, and then I have my design lines.
Oh,
well, I have
okay.
lines.
So Unity still exists. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought,
Unities exists.
I
It's
thought
kind of
this was
like
replacing
the
Unities.
Jacksons. I always say Aaron's Michael and I'm Jermaine.
Gotcha.
The
Yes.
Jacksons get together
I see
and we
part.
go on tour, that kind of shit.
Be Michael.
I'm older.
Cookie Snooky says Unities is the best. Cookie Snooky.
And that's
Thanks,
Unities.
Cookie. Oh,
with-
that's my love right there. That's my sister right there. TMF1
Cookie.
we had to
Productions,
post that. Can
T-Boogie.
y'all post that? Unities. It's unit.
Tyrone Spencer just posted it.
Okay. Hey, Tyrone.
That's my baby right there too. Tyrone, DJ Suspense. He's
Please
another one
post
of
where
mine.
they can go to.
Yeah.
So
Please.
show
I
us some
don't
more,
like-
because you do. It's not just T-shirts. It's bags. It's numerous apparel, and you
Wearable, anything that's basically wearable other than shoes
underwear.
and
You
boots.
even do underwear.
Well,
The Black Cock line.
Can you show us
Yeah.
some more, Jacob? Now you're also an
Oh.
artist, right? You're a visual artist.
Well,
correct?
I started doing my own. I started incorporating my own work as far as art into what I do custom. I mean, as far as screen printing, and a lot of people don't know. Like screen printing goes back to like ancient
Yes, it
times.
does.
You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of people don't know. Like a lot of things can be screen printed, like that sign, glass. If y'all, Andy Warhol. I always admired him. I always admired Ramir Bearden because they've done things with screen printing and taken it to different levels of screen printing.
Right.
So I I'm trying to do the same thing now. Like a lot of people knew me for over 20 years as being a T-shirt person. So it's like, yeah, he prints T-shirts and his family prints T-shirts. But now that I've been doing the canvas work, and they realize that, oh wow, you know, you could do canvas work. You could put this on drapery. You could put it on cloth. Oh. Yes, screen printing, you know, is very expensive. So right now I'm basically doing the canvas work, taking the original sketches and transcribing them to screens, then screen printing the images on canvases. Tony, you've seen some of my pieces.
I have
still
one
trying
of
to
your-
get Tony to get. Oh,
But
that's
I still
right,
have
right.
I have one of your pieces in my home.
Yes, I'm trying to.
And
get
I'm still and
the
I'm
Biggie.
I still got my eye on Biggie. I love Biggie.
Right.
I appreciate
We
the
all
arts.
love Biggie.
I appreciate art greatly because my brother is an artist, so I know what
Yes.
it's like to live with
Oh,
an
I
artist.
remember this petition.
I had
Hold
to
on,
go
hold
back
that
and forth.
picture. This we all rock this. All
Except
your T-shirts.
Ernest, for
Right.
some reason, didn't wear his shirt. I don't know
You
why.
guys made me like grin all night long. That was the Black Party, I believe, one Black Party.
Yes,
I think
yes,
we
yes.
all
Raheem.
rock your T-shirts that night.
Yes.
That's fabulous.
That Grace
I
Jones
feel
shirt is
very
one of my
blessed. I mean, I've been
favorites.
doing this for so long. Even when Yarde, I don't know if Yarde remembers, we collaborated on something that I'm very proud of.
Yes.
Yarde gave me a sketch when he was working for us, helping us. He's like, yo, can you whip this up? And it was a sketch, and so I said, oh, okay, I don't know if I could do it, but I'm going to take it to my man.
Mm-hmm.
So I took it to Yapshin Criswell, great artist, and he actually finished the product, and it ended up being a self-us logo
render.
with the man holding
Right.
the
It was
world.
the.
Oh, wow.
It was when we were there, and I redid the Us Helping Us logo.
I still
Okay.
have the original sketch you gave me.
Yeah,
It's in my
Wow.
archive
because we
somewhere.
wanted it to look more up to date.
Right.
And I did a original sketch of it, and then he took it and had it rendered. I
didn't know
He
that.
had it to
Yeah.
a T-shirt. They should actually still use it because it is a.
I don't know
it's
what we're
amazing.
using
It's
now.
the original.
But you
I can't
did
tell you
all
what
of-
we're using.
How long did you do all of the early Black Pride stuff?
I was
Yeah,
getting
you
ready
did-
to
you did
say,
Black Pride.
You're like synonymous with
Well,
Black Pride.
I
You're the
started
t-shirt-
with Black
t-shirt
Pride
guy.
with the first logo was Stepping in Pride with Black Pride. I met Wiley Campbell. You remember Wiley
No,
Campbell?
I don't remember Wiley Campbell.
I do.
Okay.
Right, I met Wiley Campbell and I met Bill Wiley. It was so long ago, and I wasn't part of Pride then. I actually was they just bought shirts. We just had to print shirts. But that when we finished the order, I went out to Banneker, and I got amazed about how many people was out and what was going on, because you got to understand I had just moved here from New York.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so that during the course of that year, I met Greg Hutchins. And actually, Greg Hutchins changed my life with the whole.
He changed everybody's life.
Right.
Yes, he did.
I love that man. He was
Yeah,
like
Greg's
between
great.
him and Carlene Cheatham, they actually brought me into the Black Pride world, and
That's a
that's how I
blast.
got started. I started doing Black Pride for maybe about 15 years. I was doing merchandise for about
You
15
sure
Really?
years.
Wow.
You did all the official T-shirts, the logos, everything, and I have
Yes.
that. And hopefully one day, if they were talking about the archives, and if they archive that, a lot of your imaging will go into, hopefully, let's pray, into the African American Museum.
Well, I'm
And
praying
we
too.
begin to
Well, that
archive
would be a blessing.
I
but
think that
It's
would
gonna
be
happen.
a
wonderful.
lot of the
Yeah.
early designs were like a collaboration with like Teddy and Seville. I don't know if you remember
Seville. I remember
Yeah,
Seville.
Seville Williams.
Right, and then I didn't really get an opportunity to become more of the one. Like what I really feel blessed is like a lot of times people say, Darrell, this is the theme, this is the year, this is the theme, and give us something. And I've always felt blessed with Us Helping Us because they always gave me that openness. So here's a theme.
Are we still Are you still our T-shirt provider? Because I'm on the board. Did we still come to you?
For Us Helping Us?
Yes.
No, not since.
He was when I was there.
Right. I haven't heard from
change that.
Diane in a long time.
Let's change that.
Usually
We gonna
Diane-
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did all of our retreat
Noir
T-shirt,
Reflections.
Noir Reflections,
Right.
all of our ebony distinctions. You did all of our.
Ebony
all of
Did you
our-
That's right.
Did you name that after yourself?
Yes, I did, and no, I am unashamed about it. I
I mean, I
am
feel
because it was the only award that I got. I should have got the President's
But how
Award,
about,
but we're not going to talk about.
How
it.
about you did the all the T-shirts for the historical clubhouse reunion this year?
Oh yeah.
During Memorial Weekend, which sold out, nobody could get them.
That
and
was. Well, you
everybody
could always reorder them.
Yeah.
So we got to post the site also, because And this goes national. We want to make sure that people around the country know they can get it. Because look,
Hi,
y'all, this is
Richard,
Whitney,
JJ
and you
Paul.
can't find this in Charlotte, so you might as well.
Order it and have it shipped.
That's right.
And this is from the LGBT line, Boys Will Do Boys.
Right, there's a couple of lines. I have the diversity line, which is basically for LGBTQ. Then I have Black Cock, which is
the
basically
black cock line.
underwear, and it's very explicit. Now, I don't consider it explicit. I just think it's a strong
It's
statement.
erotic.
Black
Because
cock,
a lot
okay.
of black men won't say it.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, just say it. It's hard to say.
Black
or say
cock.
it in public. Or the fact that we could be proud and use tongue in cheek when it comes to our own selves.
Yeah,
So
you
I
should be
feel,
able to.
Right.
Make fun at
right,
what-
make
what
fun of
folks-
ourselves. And at the same time, I found out that most of my clients, when I've been selling the Black Cock underwear line, are white people. Because
believe
they
that.
right, because they tend to have boyfriends or lovers that are African.
black.
I'm not
You know, I'm
surprised.
gonna be
Black
honest
cock.
with you. When I saw
They've
it,
been
I just saw
addicted to the
Rooster.
black cock for
Right.
a
I
very
saw
long
Rooster.
time.
I was like, oh, okay, black cock. I get it now, but it
Yeah.
took me a minute.
So you have
I
that
did.
line.
I
Did
saw,
it
when I
really?
saw the rooster.
I just saw the
got
rooster.
it.
I thought,
saw
oh, there's a
I
rooster.
got it.
Logo.
You know, it was a tongue in cheek, and then it's like I have my mom to really. I have to give it to my mom because my mom helps me a lot when it comes to my ideas. It's like I'd run them through her. I'll call her up in New York. I was like, oh, whatever. So she loved it. Not only that, she was the one who told me put it on women's clothing. So I started doing women's underwear with black cock too, because she's like, women like black cock.
They
Like,
do.
oh, they love it.
Interesting. The
So-
black
I've
cock
seen
line.
quite a few women in it.
Right.
But Will Steen said his aunt wore your lovely scarf that he got for her while she was here, and she wore it yesterday.
So what about the iconic apparel you produced with some of our musical legends? What about that? Because I think we've got some
That's
images.
my celebrities line.
Keep going. I think we had a couple more. There's one with Jade Purple with the Prince. Do we have that one?
JJ.
Look at that. Hey, JJ.
Hey, JJ. JJ's actually tuned
I know, I
in.
saw
Hey,
it on
JJ.
with Prince, and there's some. I saw the one with Shaka
And people
Khan.
on Facebook Live are asking about your
Well, I
scarves.
always felt there was, there's a need to like idolize our own people.
Yeah.
It's
You know what I'm
important.
saying?
Amen.
So I've made it a point of trying to do research in regards to our heroes, Prince, Phyllis Hyman. I mean, it wasn't until
Nina Simone.
now that
Your
Phyllis
Nina
Hyman
Simone
actually
is
has
everything.
a T-shirt. I mean, when
Right.
she was alive.
You know, I had never seen
Exactly.
anything
Have
until
you
you
ever
had
seen
it.
a
Right.
Phyllis Hyman
Never.
shirt?
I need one of
Never.
those.
Exactly.
I have one.
I sent my cousin one in. He's in Charlotte. Yeah, he's right outside of Charlotte. He loved it, so he's gonna order some.
You know,
more.
Alita Adams. I have a Alita
Oh,
Adams
please
shirt
give
too.
me one. I need to get one.
I need
That's one of
Anita
my
Baker
favorite singers.
because I'm going to see her. Need
That's
to
right.
rock
She's doing the
that.
final tour.
Oh no, she just got her residency.
Really?
She just announced it. She's doing a residency
Residency
in Vegas.
where?
Baby Gag. She just announced it yesterday.
Go
In
ahead,
Vegas.
And I was mad
a
that I already bought that ticket in
perpetual
DC.
final farewell tour.
That's how they do it.
Well, she said that everybody wanted her residency, and after the hoopla of everybody wanting the rest
And a
of
new
her
album.
tickets, they offered her the residency.
Amen.
The right
So
coin.
she'll be in Vegas.
The right
But we'll
coin.
have to do an up-to-date one for her then.
Yes.
The right coin.
But I've been pretty good. It's been a pretty good year between the scarves now moving, and then this year also working with Alan Sharp. That's been
okay.
a
Love
blessing.
Alan.
Alan, you got to come on the show. We
Tell
haven't
us
had
she
Alan
just
on yet.
recently
That
did
was
a
a
stage
blessing.
play where? At what venue?
The Kennedy Center.
Very good.
Wow.
You did?
Yes,
What
you
did?
did.
What did you do?
Congratulations.
Was it Alan's play?
It was one of Alan's.
Yes,
so
one of
so you're an
Alan's.
actor? You're a performer as well?
It was my third play with Alan.
Oh, wow.
Word.
Everybody's been in something with Alan except me.
Alan
I
had
haven't.
me
You
in
haven't?
a play
Write
last
me
year in
in, Alan.
2017. And then
Alan's
I
going to
was
write a
in-
piece for me and Tony Nelson.
I was in 2 plays this past year. Meet the Elites.
Okay, meet the elites. Okay.
And if you show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Wow.
I love that one. Edwin Brown. That was my fellow actor in that one. I really
Well,
like that
Alan's
one.
Alan's a great playwright.
Yeah.
We
He
just
is.
got a call that Alan's going to adopt the story. Whatever happened to Baby Jane?
They
for
already
me-
did that.
They already
I thought
did
they already
that.
did that.
But they're going to adopt it for me and Ray C.
because it was
That's what I'm saying.
You can't leave out
It was
Monty
done. It was
Wolfman.
done by
Mickey-
Monty.
Mick,
Right,
it was written
what-
for, I
what
thought it
the
was written
fuck
for
happened
Mickey.
to
Oh,
Baby
it was
Sister?
called What
Did
the
it.
Fuck Happened
I did
to
his
Baby
shirts.
Sister?
What the fuck happened to Baby Jane?
And what? No, Baby Sister. And that was
Baby
actually
Sister.
I was actually the dramaturg on that particular piece.
Yeah.
But I thought that was written for Mickey St.
It was initially, and they redid
I know
it.
Mickey's like, no, Copyright.
He had it performed
was
last
there.
year at the Anacostia
It was
Playhouse.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's all right.
Yeah,
Me
big
and
up
Tony
to
needs
Monty Wolf.
Y'all gonna do the revamp
We're gonna have our own the two baddest bitches on the block.
on Canes.
Right, because one character specialized in Patti LaBelle and the
And
other
one
in
in
Diana
Diana
Ross.
Ross,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
It was a hoot. I saw it twice. Yes.
Where were y'all the first time at the studio? What was it on 14th
Wally
Street?
Mammoth.
Right.
Mammoth. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. So you do a lot of other things as well. I know you're involved in the Bruz book?
Bruh's book reading uplifts his spirit.
Okay.
Racine Turner and I started that right after Racine moved her time slot from Monday to Wednesdays at the Martin Luther King Public Library. And since the slot was open, I just jumped on it, and it was kind of like now it's year 5.
Okay.
And we'll be
You have
having
something coming up for Kwanzaa?
Yes.
But what is
December.
it? Is it like a book club, or
Well,
do you
it
bring in
started
authors?
as a book club where we were like picking books, let's pick a book for next month and we'll talk about it. But then what started happening was writers started emailing me and calling me and asking me, hey, I got a new book and we really need a platform to showcase it. So I was like, okay, sure, we'll do the next Bruz meeting for you. It went from that to like artists, writers.
And this is monthly?
Well, it started first Mondays at the library until the library closed for renovations.
Martin Luther King Library
Right.
here in
Then
Washington.
the blessing in 2017 was I started looking around for other venues. And the first venue that took us in was the DC Center on 14th and
Oh, okay. All right.
And one thing that's great
Kimberly.
about being there is that I met Jasmine and then I met David.
Okay.
And one of the things that was great there was the fact that the need.
Mm-hmm.
When they were telling us that there's a need for Black LGBTQ programs, and at the DC, we basically came with a program for them. Self-published artists who need a showcase and a platform to submit and show their work. So we got brought into the DC Center, and then that same month, I stepped to Studio Theater, and I was like, listen, we have this April Poetry Month every month at the library that I started called Pros, Bros, and Homos. And I would like to be able to get some venue space so that we could showcase some poets and local artists here. And everything's pro bono. Everybody does it. Their volunteer service. And they were like, oh, sure, we'll give it to you. So that was wonderful.
Oh, the
So
studio
that
was
the
giving
first
up
time-
space?
No, they actually gave Bruz the space. Not only that, they gave us a space that occupied up to 100 people. And we had 98 people come to the show. And I love that. It was the first time I ever threw the theater production because, I'm always behind the scenes. And I was still behind the scenes then, but be able to get the actors and the poets.
So is that ongoing? Is that something you're doing?
Well, I didn't do
routinely?
it this year only because I took this year to focus on Dark Scorpius Productions, only because that takes up a lot of time. Bruz takes up a lot of time, particularly because it's for free. Everything
Gotcha.
you're doing, even getting the artists and the writers to promo, the venues, everything is
It's a lot of work.
right.
It is a lot of work. Hey, Alan.
And to all the artists out there, poets, artists, visual artists, especially artists who work in and do canvas work. If you want to display your art, reach out to Darrell or myself at various events. Please email me at racine@gmail.com. You can do your stuff, and it's all for free.
Right.
So
And
we try to make
and we
the
want to
audience.
feature you in Swerv as well, so you can always hit us up. And if you want an ad, we can always work that out too. You
Long
wanna
as you got a
promote your
budget.
stuff.
You'll be
and
surprised.
maybe you
budget?
can be one of the official sponsors for Swerv Radio. Who knows?
Right.
We have platinum, gold,
And you'll be
silver.
surprised
We're
how
creative.
people yearn to support self-published writers and artists. There's so many out here that need a voice, and a lot of times they get the door closed because they don't have enough credentials. Or
Well,
they don't know
what's
the right
interesting?
people.
Because I was talking when Darnell Moore was here. There's like a string of Black, same gender loving writers that mainstream publishing houses have
Right.
put out. They all put them out at the same time. Michael Arsenault, Delray McCraney,
Anthony Peace.
right? Anthony Peace, and then Charlene Carruthers.
Right.
So and they're on
Amazing.
mid to large size publishing houses. I think Michael Arsenault's is through Schuster. I think that's a Schuster product, right? So hey,
Redbone
Black
Press
gays
here,
in.
Lisa Moore.
Well, I would like
You
to
have
give
a
a
lot
shout
now.
out to Mike Warren was we partnered with him several times, and he passed last year,
no.
December of 2017.
The big guy, is he a big guy? The heavy guy, is that the one?
He wasn't so much heavy guy. He was
I'm
really
thinking
nice
of someone
with
else.
We love you,
glasses.
Adam.
And
to
one
Tony
thing I admired
Fletcher.
about him is that he wrote 24 books, and
Wow.
that was his full-time job. Because
He
a
was
lot of
amazing.
these writers and artists have to work a day job and then do what they do at night to
Yeah,
fulfill
I'm
their
getting ready to
dreams.
get a day job.
Right.
Well, you got to get off that corner finally. I
Anyway,
told you to get
y'all.
up off that
But
corner.
yeah, for him to have written 24 books, left the world with 24 books.
That's amazing.
Right.
That
So
is
Kudos.
Well, we got to bring his story to Swerve. How about we talk about
you
him?
could get in
We can
touch.
write that.
Actually, I could get you in touch with his son.
Okay, I would love
And
that.
That would be
be
amazing.
Well,
And to
that's
Tony Fletcher, who just sent us a message on Facebook about displaying your art, please send me an email at AskRacing.
That is my brother.
Yeah.
That's my brother.
The guy who does all our graphic work.
I thought, well, why he said he got some art?
Tony did the
Because
graphic.
That's out, Tony. You should have said brother Tony.
Anyway,
Then I would have known who that was.
And actually, Tony's going to be here next week, so we're going to bring him on the show. So anyway.
Oh, good. How fabulous.
So, we're going to have to wrap up. We're running out of time.
I do want to say this really
Well, we
quickly to
did
everyone
start,
out
right?
there who's watching the show. Understand that Monday is your very, very last day to watch adult content on Tumblr. It's
Tumblr.
all over.
Wow.
Oh,
It's
man,
The
don't you
blackout.
know-
So go to Pornhub, my visitor.
Yeah, you've been red flagging like some of my
Twitter.
artwork.
Whatever,
This artwork,
buy
and I'm
Tumblr,
like, man,
buy.
I don't have any like sexual
Late night.
videos.
Good luck.
Facebook.
There goes your stock. Are they public? There goes your stock. Anyway, so y'all, thank you for joining us with the Swerve Show. Check out the full show.
See you
We'll
next week,
post
Tony.
it
On
Brother
YouTube.
Tony.
on YouTube, and we'll push it out so you can check it out. Go to our YouTube page. So look for our posting over the next few days, and so to check it out. All right, thank you, Darrell.
And see you next
We
week.
got to do more with you. Bye, folks. Toodles.
Listen, vision. Listen, vision. DC's #1 recording studio. Oh.